Hello everyone, GameGoddessFee here. Back today with more Ace Attorney. Ain't no thunder, is it?
Yes, it is.
It's been raining all day, you guys. And it's been knocking our power out for a second. You know, it'll blink on and off, so I hope it doesn't affect the stream. But I hope you all have a wonderful Friday. Happy weekend to you all. So I guess we'll go ahead and do a little of this. Tom says we still have a long way to go, so if the weather holds out, we're gonna try to do like a big chunk of it tonight. Are you ready, Plum? Are you ready? But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Make sure you give it a thumbs up and a subscribe if you're new to the channel. I'd appreciate it. So my head is still looking crazy. All right, we got Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutor's Gambit. Let me see. Oh goodness, that thunder. Prosecutor's Gambit, episode 5, Turnabout for the Ages. Beginning reinvestigating the crime. Resume playing from this save games. Do that. Oop.
Oh my gosh, she's so dry. Oh my god. See,
what had happened was now. Whenever you play my game on the computer, the buttons are different. What's up, Game Queen 81? How's it going? How you doing tonight? Happy Friday to you. All right, April 6th, 2:52 p.m. Big building, empty lot. I don't see your plug. Oh, Mike, you got your mic on? Okay.
Yeah. Could you maybe calm down a little? Yeah, we never test the stream before we get off. Why? Can't you hear me? Can't you hear me?
When I played the playthrough, you were kind of low. Will y'all be? Don't he be low on y'all end?
No.
I don't want you to scream for the mic either. Okay. Calm down. No way, Jose. Not until y'all come in clean. It's your own good. It's for your own good. Our intrepid reporters refuse to give up even in the face of repeated stonewalling from the crew.
Look, you ladies need to stop harassing these people or I'll else have to ask you to...
You cops sure got a lot of nerves. Y'all are the ones who let terror service run wild. Hoping to hide the fact that they bred this menace themselves, the staff cling desperately to their story. Look, we're really not breeding anything. This is a movie set. Says the gal who told me she done seen Gordy with her own eyes. I saw something, but that doesn't mean we're keeping monsters here.
Wait, I think I know who this is.
Alright, break it up.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth?
And Sean!
Y'all are on the trail of this here monster infestation too, huh?
No! we're on the trail of a criminal. Lang Zing says, the darkness of a criminal's heart can sometimes be compared to a monster. That is to say, a killer is no different from a monster, really. Here we go. Agent Lang! This is highly irregular, sir. We can't allow members of the public onto the crime scene. These people are important witnesses. I need them to be here. Well, Agent Lang, here we are. Where do you intend to begin? Let's start by summing up the facts. President Wang's body was discovered here this morning. He hadn't been seen since the night before last. Yes, he slipped off without his bodyguards noticing, if I remember correctly. So he was missing for over a day. And the last person to see him alive was you, Judge Cavell. I'm turning on the fan because it's hot, guys. And the last person to see him alive was you, Judge Cavell, on the roof of the big building. Why did the two of you arrange to meet?
I'm sorry, but I can't say.
Not even to defend yourself from an accusation of murder? Why? Why can't you just tell us?
Please, Judge Cavell, we're trying to help you.
Huh! She can't say because she'll only incriminate herself more! I know you had something to do with the president's murder, and I'm gonna prove it! You said yourself that the body was only found this morning! How do you explain the time that passed between Judge Cavell's meeting with the president and then? That's exactly what I'm hoping we're about to find out. I'm particularly interested in what happened last night. So why don't you tell us exactly how it all went down, Sean Finn? Me? We know you were here under the set last night.
Even his milk sweating too. Look. You were shot?
We have testimony from the woman over there and forensic evidence from the footprints that prove it.
You came back to run your lines, right?
What? You were spying on me?
I'm sorry. I was just making sure you were okay. It was late. I was worried about you.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't need you to worry about me.
Sean, that's no way to talk to an adult. She was trying to look out for you. Apologize this instant.
Sorry.
I've told you before, I won't have you speaking to people that way. Wow, this is a whole new Judge Cavell.
It seems she's just as strict with her son as she is with those who break the law.
Are you listening to me? If I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. You must. And I want you to remember that, all right?
Can we get on with the investigation now?
Oh, of course. Forgive me.
I don't think I've ever seen her so passionate about anything. I guess Judge Cavell the mother will take a little getting used to. Are we to understand that you're accusing Sean of being involved somehow, Agent Lang? I just want the truth. I need to know why the president was killed. And by who. And I don't care what it takes. I'm gonna find out. I guess it makes sense for him to be so determined. The president was practically family to him. Alright, Sean. Perhaps you could tell us what happened last night. Fine by me. I've got nothing to hide. Here we go.
About last night.
I had a bad day yesterday. Messed up a couple of takes. We were scheduled to shoot the same scene again today. So I thought I'd put in some extra practice. And that's what I did. It's that simple. It's not like I haven't done it before. It was fine. Nothing happened.
You've been rehearsing late at night again? But when I called you yesterday evening, Sean, you said you were out at the hotel.
You called him? Around what time?
It must have been 11 p.m. or thereabouts. It's one of our rules. When Sean stays away from home, we have to speak every night.
Yeah, well, I wasn't at the hotel. I was here on set.
She about to whoop him. So you feel to me?
Sorry.
Ooh, now she's mad. I think it's kind of amazing how hard he wants to work on his acting, though.
Nonetheless, a parent can't help but worry. Her child alone late at night. Anything could have happened to him. And indeed it did. He got himself entangled in this case.
But he said nothing happened, right?
He did. Although I can't help but wonder if he was telling the truth. No, let's go yell at a kid.
Rebuttal about last night. I had a bad day yesterday. Missed up a couple of takes.
A bad day? Could you elaborate a little? What? I have to spell it out for you? It was just bad, okay?
Huh? What do you think? Did he drink too much milk, maybe?
How did you... I mean, no! Nothing like that! So it might be more accurate to say that his stomach had a bad day.
Huh? I thought milk was supposed to be good for your digestion. I go right through you.
Shut up! We're done talking about that! The point is, I messed up those takes.
We were scheduled to shoot the same scene again today. Oops.
So you wanted to rehearse your lines in preparation for the reshoots? Yeah, I caused enough trouble for everybody messing things up the first time around. I wasn't about to do that again. I'm a pro. One can only admire his dedication and his sense of responsibility to his coworkers.
Sean takes his work so seriously. He's a real inspiration to everybody. Even in takes he said he messed up, it wasn't like there was actually a problem. He just wanted to make them as good as they could be. He always says that even a tiny bit better is...
Shut up! Why do you always have to say stuff people don't need to hear?
Oh, sorry, Sean.
He could maybe work on his people skills a little more.
I'm surprised Judge Corelli slapped him on the head. Anyway.
Anyway, as I was saying. Yeah, guess it.
You know, I used to pop you. So I thought I'd put in some extra practice. And that's what I did. It's that simple.
Sean, about what you just said.
How many times have I made you promise? If you're going to rehearse on your own, you have to tell me.
I know! Well, that little outburst rather stole my thunder. Let me ask again, about what you just said.
I think it's pretty cool though, Sean.
More interruptions?
It's all the hours of practice that make you the best you can be, little by little by little. I'm the same. I went from small-time thief to average thief, and before I knew it, greatness beckoned. But now that I finally made it, I'm not about to stop doing my best, and neither should you.
May I continue? Now, Sean, do you often rehearse alone? Finally, I asked my question out without being interrupted.
It's not like I haven't done it before. It was fine. Nothing happened.
Hold it!
Are you sure about that?
What do you mean? Of course I'm sure! It was just a regular evening, nothing out of the ordinary.
Huh? A regular evening? How can you say that? Somebody was...
Hey, he's just a child. You mustn't be too hard on him. Nothing happened. Really?
Nothing to do with the case anyway. At least that's what it sounds like he wants us to believe. But wait, don't we have some evidence related to what happened last night?
We do, and we also don't have the time to be humoring the fibs of a child. Let's use what we have to point out the contradiction in his testimony. Alright, what happened here last night? It's been so long you forgot. I know you forgot.
Yeah, I forgot.
That head fell. That Tesaurus head, whatever it is, Torosaurus.
Oops. I tried to get on the last one. This thing here?
Yep.
Objection!
Nothing happened. I'm sorry, but you're fibbing. The motto of Tesaurus The motto of Torosaurus' head fell from the roof of that trailer last night. Did you expect us to believe that you knew nothing about that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Is that so?
I told you, I ran my lines and I went home. That was it. What do I know about some stupid falling head? Or are you saying you can prove I know something?
Sadly not. It's entirely possible that the head fell after Sean left.
No proof, huh? Then this conversation is over!
Objection!
No, it's not!
What?
The head falling from the roof isn't the only strange thing about last night. And I'm certain you know what else I'm thinking of, too. What other unusual occurrence happened yesterday evening? Now the monster footprints.
Your footprints, Tom.
Yep, that's what my footprints are like.
Take that!
This proves it beyond a doubt!
Wait, how did you...
That's right. Your rehearsal tape. That is not what we pretended, but okay.
I know, right?
Duh. What? You have video footage from last night?
We do. And if you watch it, you'll see that it was no ordinary evening.
There's a footprint there already!
There is,
And I'm not sure that's an everyday sight even on a film set.
Sean, why would you keep this from me?
No reason. Flipper! That stuff might work on your mommy, kid, but it's not gonna work on me! Why did you hide the tape?
Sean, you have to tell us.
Die!
You...
Look, I just didn't want anybody to see me rehearsing, okay? I don't like it.
So you were embarrassed, is that it?
Yeah! What's so weird about that? That's why you didn't hand over vital evidence?
Sean, I can't even talk. Sean, how could you? She can't even sound like a man anyway.
Shut! Don't give me a break! You know about it now, don't you? Sure, the footprint was there, but I just ran my lines and went home. That was it!
What and nothing about the... Hold on, what is she saying? Goodness. What and nothing about the giant monster footprint struck you as weird? It's a giant monster footprint.
On the set of a giant monster movie. It's not like there isn't all kinds of other weird things around here.
Don't buy it for a second, Chief. There's something hinky about this kid. Sure as I'm standing right here. There is. He's hiding a scoop under them there horns. My name ain't Lotta Hart.
Shut up! Both of you! I'm done talking! Hold it right there!
What is it, Agent Lang?
So it's just as I thought. Thanks, Mr. Prosecutor. This footage of yours backs up my theory nicely.
What? There was something else on the tape?
Yup. Look closely. See the costume up in the top left?
Oh yeah, that's Taurus Seller's suit.
Something's different. Do you see it?
I'm not sure. He's just kind of hanging out and looking a little saggy. Oh, and the zipper on his back is done up tight.
The zipper?
Huh? That's... Yeah, I guess you all see it now, right? On the tape, the zipper is wide open! Why? Because somebody's inside the suit. That's why.
What?
Mr. Powers, that zipper. What can you tell us about it?
Oh, well, we always close it up tight when the suit isn't in use.
That's right, Mr. Prosecutor. And do you remember something else I said not so long ago? Let me refresh your memory.
Hey Dave, how you doing tonight? How you been? I hope you're having a wonderful Friday evening.
Hey Dave, how you doing? Hope you're having a wonderful Friday evening. What if your friend Gavelle pushed the president off the big building the night before last? And then came down here to the movie set and hid the body somewhere?
Here? But where?
There's all kinds of stuff down here. Costumes, equipment. You could hide it anywhere. And then come back a day later, last night in other words, and take it out again.
You're saying the body could have been hidden in the Torosaurus suit?
That's exactly what I'm saying! Isn't that right, Cavell? You pushed the president off the roof just like I said! Then you hid his body inside that costume!
I most certainly did not.
Protest all you like. I'm not gonna believe you. You're the only person who could have done this!
I thought we already proved that would have been impossible.
This is good. Sitting up with your scary brother who's afraid to do anything. we scared to work? What's going on?
The movie set was locked at the time. That was bad. Anyway, there's no way Judge Cavell could have been able to get in here. That messed me up here.
What if she had an accomplice?
What?
I've got a little theory for you. I think you're gonna like it.
I was scared to get on the rides at Six Flags. I remember we went to Six Flags and me and my sister, we got on that raggedy screaming eagle. That, oh my gosh. Look, we yelled for Jesus the whole time. But, yeah, I love the rides. I love getting on them, but I only like do the Batman. The last few times we went, I only did the Batman ride. We just walked around. You read this?
Yeah.
Murder and child murderers. But I haven't been in a long. It's probably been over 10 years. I know since Plum's been born.
I ain't been old.
No, that's right. Over 18 years. I can tell you that. You want to go to Six Flags?
Nope.
We'll go if you want.
What if Sean was waiting down here when Cavell pushed the president off the roof? If the two of them were working together, the problem of the lock goes away.
See, we was daring in our 30s, but now look.
They then worked to hide the body together too. By dragging it over the Torosaurus suit and stuffing it inside.
You think the murder was really that carefully planned?
It was the assassination of a world leader. It could only have been carefully planned.
Babe, you be jumping out them planes and stuff, so you should be good.
Oh, I can't do that.
To suggest that Sean could have been involved in this it's unthinkable.
You're my prime suspect. What makes you think I'm gonna listen to a word you say?
But what about the motive? What reason would either of them have to kill President Wang?
Who knows? We'll find out soon enough. She was the last one to meet with him, and she won't tell us why. Pretty suspicious. Even you have to agree with that.
Judge Cavell, I don't suppose I can convince you to share any more details.
My apologies, but that is the one thing I cannot do. However, rest assured, should that ever change, you will be the first to know. So please, you...
Have to believe me? Yeah, murderers have a habit of saying that. What about you, kid? Any weak excuses to offer? If so, now's the time to get them off your chest. I've got nothing to say to you. I'm innocent.
Both as tight-lipped as each other, huh? Let me guess, you're still gonna try and stick up for them.
It's true. Judge Gavel's actions certainly make her seem suspicious. But nothing she has told us amounts to a motive for murder, or even the suggestion of one.
No, and like I said, I'm leaving motive aside for now. For the moment, I'm focusing on means and opportunity. And for my money, these two had to be working together for their little plot to succeed.
Mother and child murderous rebuttal. What if Sean was waiting down here when Gavel pushed the president off of the roof?
You're seriously suggesting that the child could have been an accomplice in this murder?
Look at him. He's still in elementary school. There's no way a kid that young would be involved in something like this. I think I mentioned that he's in junior high, right?
Lang Z says, "Pity no wolf, be he cub or grizzled elder. It doesn't matter how young he is. If he's guilty, and he'll be treated as such."
Wow, wolf cubs have it hard, huh?
I'm surprised at you, Mr. Prosecutor. You're saying he deserves mercy just because of his age?
Of course not. I'm saying that there's no way he did this, and I'm going to prove it to you.
I'll look forward to it, but be warned, I'm only just getting warmed up.
If the two of them were working together, the problem of the lock goes away.
Goes away how exactly?
I thought you might try this, but you and I both know exactly how. Let me make it nice and simple for you. First, she pushes the president off the roof.
Wishes? Okay.
Then the kid opens the combination lock, because he knows the code.
Yep, kid up his code, knows lock. Gotcha.
Okay, the other way around.
And that's it. It's that simple. No more lock to worry about. And no more objections about her not being able to get in because she didn't know the code.
That would explain the problem of the lock, it's true. Thank you for your clear and incisive, okay. Thank you for your clear and incisive explanation, Agent Lang. Please continue.
I will, and hopefully this next part will shut you up for good.
They didn't work to hide the body together, too.
But if the two of them were working together, why would they need to hide the body for a full day?
Well, look at the situation right in front of you. Thanks to that little ruse, we're still puzzling over what they were up to even now. But if you'll let me speak, I can clear this whole thing up once and for all. Ready? Good. So like I was saying, they worked together to hide the body.
By dragging it over to the Torosaurus soup and stuffing it inside.
The video footage doesn't show the inside of the suit. You can't say for certain that there was a body in there at the time, can you?
Maybe not, but we can take a look right now. Let's open it up and see what's inside. I put up money on us finding proof that it was there.
Do you mind if we examine the suit, Mr. Powers? Oh, not at all. Might be a little ripe though. It's pretty sweaty in there. Huh. It's filthy. Yeah, that's weird. Always clean it up pretty good. you don't, it can get kind of moldy.
In other words, what we're looking at is proof that somebody other than you used the costume. That dirtiness must come from the body.
I guess the president was lying right in the middle of the footprint. I guess that president was lying right in the middle of the footprint. He probably would have gotten pretty dirty.
Exactly. Well, everybody happy? The inside of the suit is covered with dirt. It must be from when the body was hidden there.
If the dirt is from when the body was hidden inside the suit, we're assuming that it came directly from the body, correct?
What are you even talking about? Of course we are! Where else would it have come from?
It really is pretty filthy in there, huh? The dirt got everywhere. Especially around the point where the chest would have been.
The chest? I think that might be an important clue.
His theory hangs together pretty well, I have to say.
It's certainly the case that they would have carried out the murder if they were working together. I don't think we stand to gain much by disputing that.
So what do we do instead?
We listen carefully to his testimony once more, and see if we can tease out anything of value. Okay. The crime scene. No, wait, go to the last statement.
The suit is covered with dirt. It must be from when the body was hidden there. What it is,
Yep. Do he like dirt? Do he look dirty? So our assumption is that the inside of the suit is dirty because the dirt came from the body. Would it be safe to say that's the case?
Why? Is there a problem?
The port of the suit directly in front of the opening is particularly dirty.
Yeah, it really is.
But look at the victim. The area of his body that would have been in contact with the port of the suit isn't dirty at all. If the victim had been crammed in there as you suggest, his chest would surely be covered in dirt!
Gah! Fine, so what's your explanation? How did all that dirt get inside there?
Based on the videotape, there may well have been somebody in the suit at the time. So who was it if it wasn't the president?
Come on, Kay, think. Where was it?
Is something the matter, Kay?
I've seen dirt like that somewhere else. I'm sure of it. I just can't think where. Dirt with weird little gray bits in it.
Gray bits. She's right. There is something mixed in there.
It was stuck to something else we looked at. Lots of it.
Stuck to something we looked at? An item of evidence, maybe. It's probably worth checking. Does one of the items we found have a similar kind of dirt stuck to it?
Nah!
Oh. What are you doing with my gloves? Mas K pointed out, the dirt in the suit contained small flecks of something gray.
Uh-huh. And?
We discovered similar flecks stuck to an item belonging to somebody we recently had dealings with. The item in question being these gloves.
You're right. The dirt does look similar. But so what? What is you saying this stuff is? What exactly are these gray flecks of yours?
I believe the gray flecks are. Oh, there might be some plastic wrap. Probably have.
Is it concrete?
Yes. Surely there are flecks of concrete.
Oh, like all the little broken up bits around the footprints, you mean?
Exactly. And who did the gloves on which we found similar dirt and gray flecks belong to?
Chairman Winter. We found them in his garage.
That's right. We visited the garage at his home earlier today. And we found a pair of mechanic's gloves covered in dirt. And if I recall correctly, a sledgehammer and a shovel too. Why would a pair of mechanic's gloves be covered in dirt? I'll tell you why. Because somebody wore them while they used that hammer and shovel. They smashed through the concrete to the dirt below, staining the gloves with both substances.
Wait, so you're saying?
Yes, that we finally know what these footprints really are. It seems highly likely that they were dug by Chairman Winner!
Highly likely? Pah! If that's so, then tell me this. Why did he make them? What purpose could they possibly serve?
Why indeed, I imagine he must have been.
Digging something up?
Yo, if you want to bury something, you can do that anyway. I think he must have been digging something up. I imagine events unfolded somewhat like this. There was something on this lot that he needed to unearth. In order to do so, he cut the chain on the side entrance and gained access from there. He then used the sledgehammer and shovel to dig the 3 footprints. Really. Yeah, see the whole thing? Yep. When he found what he was looking for, he backed it up and filled in all the holes.
Ah, but then Sean must have showed up, right?
I think he did, yes. Chairman Winner would have had to find a hiding place, and the Torosaurus suit provided just that.
Gah! You got all that from a pair of dirty gloves? It's good, but it's all just speculation! We don't have any proof that he was inside that suit! He could have dug those holes and gotten out of here before the kid even showed up!
But he didn't. There's proof of that right there in the footage. It shows that Chairman Winner was still present when this recording was made.
What?
It's a shame that Agent Lang didn't notice it himself. What if we compare the situation as we see it now to the situation as it appears on Sean's rehearsal tape? And compare that in turn to what we saw in Chairman Winner's garage. It soon becomes clear that the chairman was present. What part of this image shows us that Chairman Winner was still here? Yup. I wonder if the mouse controls work with this, because the Joy-Cons have mouse controls now.
Oh, that's right,
Look at the back next to the Torosaurus suit. We saw the same bag in Chairman Winner's garage. The same bag, the dirt on the gloves. That has to indicate a connection, surely.
Mechanics glove data updated in my organizer. Excelsius Winners wore these when digging the monster footprints.
I think that pretty much seals it. It was Excelsior's winner in the suit. And if he was in there, the president's body can't have been! Ah! Good. It seems I've convinced Agent Lang of the flaws in his theory.
Somebody get to President Winter's house right away!
President...
Somebody get to Chairman Winter's house right away! We need to know what's inside that bag! Yes, sir!
Y'all done lost your minds? I can't believe what I'm hearing here. Is this Hawk's will?
This is all we need.
Them right there is Taurosaurus footprints. Ain't no holes dug by no old guy.
I think I have demonstrated more than adequately that that's exactly what they are.
Don't matter to me none what you done did. I don't believe it, and that's that. I done told y'all. I seen that big bad bull with my own 2 eyes.
The giant's eye peering in at the window. Peering in. The giant eye peering in at the window. I thought we'd gotten past that nonsense.
We ain't about to let that go. What kind of journalists would we be if we did, huh?
Responsible ones. But I guess that's the whole problem.
Wait, ain't like it was just about the footprints know-how. You were seen fraternizing with one of them there monsters. Ain't that correct, young man? By the young lady over there. If I'm not very much mistaken.
We're never going to get anywhere with these two around.
Maybe if we could prove to them that wasn't a monster either, they might finally drop it. What do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? Any bright ideas?
Prove that it wasn't a monster? Fine. I don't suppose there's much else for it. Let's see what we can do.
What are you two whispering about? You're hiding something, ain't ya? Admit it. Quick, Tappy, roll tape.
Could I politely ask that the both of you calm down? The monster the boy was seen talking to. We know what it was now.
Huh?
That's right. Sean's rehearsal tape finally cleared up that particular mystery.
It did?
The point at which Miss Nichols thought she saw Sean with Gordy. That would have been right when he was making his rehearsal tape. I think she mistook a certain object for the legendary creature of the lake. Your so-called monster is right here in this picture.
Huh? I don't see no Gordy. That ain't nothing but a dumb snapshot. You're talking to a pro here. Can't fool me with no trick photography.
What was Miss Nichols' Gordy really?
Is this Taurosaurus?
Nope. Gordy got a long neck.
Huh?
Gordy got a long neck.
Oh, it's about this thing here.
Yeah.
Take that!
That's right. It was a camera crane. That is what Miss Nichols saw, not Gordy.
What?
Sean's rehearsal tape was shot from a noticeably elevated viewpoint. A viewpoint that would have only been possible if the camera in question was attached to a crane.
How would she make a mistake like that, huh?
Objection!
How indeed, Miss Nichols?
Yes.
You told us that you think you might need new glasses, didn't you?
Yeah. My eyesight got way worse all of a sudden.
And I imagine that when you thought you saw Gordy, he was quite heavily shrouded in darkness.
That's right. I only really saw a silhouette. But you done told us. Skin like an enormous worm, you said. Y'all about to try to tell us your precious crane up and grew skin somehow? Ain't even no flesh on them there metal bones, let alone skin.
You're entirely correct, of course, about the crane as it was in a particular picture anyway. But it did have a skin of some sort last night.
I knew you were a scoop hater, but this is plumb crazy. You want Tabby and me to starve? Is that it?
That wasn't my intent at all. But I do think it's time I finally put them both out of their misery. Gordy's skin is right here in front of us. It wasn't skin at all. It was this. Yep.
Take that!
Miss Nichols told us that it seemed likely to rain last night. That's never happened in the end. But I think Sean may have covered the crane with rainproof sheeting nonetheless. And that's my interpret, young reporters, is what Miss Nichols mistook for Gordy's skin!
What? Ah, man.
Well, Sean, am I mistaken?
You see everything, don't you? Gotta say, you're pretty amazing.
I'm sorry, Miss Hort, but Miss Nichols' monster was no such thing. It was simply a trick of the light.
And just like that, the dream dies again. Chief! Hey, I think that may have finally shut them up. I thought the kid was holding out on us. But it seems I might could have maybe been a little wrong, maybe.
Alright, we know what the so-called monster was now. Everybody happy?
Everybody except these two.
Agent Lang! The president's autopsy report is out, sir! It is? Let me see it! Death was due to full-body contusions and bone breakage caused by extreme pressure from above. So we have our cause of death. He was crushed.
Just as we thought.
President Wong's autopsy report data jotted down in my organizer. Cause of death, crushing. Time of death, April 5th, approximately 11 p.m.
Test results still haven't come back from the yellow substance found on his chest. But they did find gunshot residue on his right hand.
Gunshot residue? Guess he was a kid at heart, huh?
Gunshot residue, K. It's a substance left behind when a firearm is discharged. Its presence indicates that the president may have used a gun.
Really? But we didn't find a gun anywhere, did we?
Indeed not, which makes the residue something of a riddle. We'll need to read that report carefully. Well, Agent Lang, might clears one thing up at least. The president didn't die from a fall, which means he wasn't pushed from the roof of the big building. He was crushed by the falling Torosaurus head just as we said he was!
Guess I have to accept that now. Fine, you were right.
Amazing. So does that mean Judge Cavell isn't a suspect anymore either?
Surely it must. Both the cause and time of death rule her out. She met with the president the night before last. But the autopsy report puts the time of death at around 11 p.m. last night. And we know that the Torosaurus head fell around then too. The facts all line up perfectly.
Phew, what a relief.
Sorry, it might be a little too soon to celebrate.
What?
Sure, I think we can accept that the falling head must have been what killed the president. But that begs the question of what could have caused it to fall. Or who.
We know it happened late last night. So we have to think about who was here at that time.
What are you getting at exactly? You can't mean...
I'm afraid I do. You did it, didn't you? Sean! The kid's hiding something. He was right here last night, right where the body was found. He saw the footprints. And yet he wants us to believe he knows nothing about what happened? That's a big ask, surely.
We haven't just established if the footprints had anything to do with the murder. So even if he did see them, that doesn't mean he was involved.
Maybe not, but his face tells me different. As does the fact that he's shaking like a leaf.
It does seem like Agent Lang might be onto something, but I don't think Sean's going to talk.
Fine, keep your mouth shut, kid. I have a better idea. Why don't we let your tape do the talking?
What exactly are you planning, Agent Lang?
The police have some pretty sophisticated image analysis tools these days.
You would go to such extreme lengths to see my son convicted?
It's not ideal, but if the boy won't talk, we don't have any other way of getting to the truth. Detective Gumshoe, you have access to exactly such a device, do you not?
Sure do! Little V! Good! And that should make this nice and quick.
Mr. Edward, might I request that it be you who carries out the analysis in question?
I don't know how to do that. Why me?
I fear that Agent Lang might be inclined to believe the worst.
Image analysis isn't exactly my specialty, but alright. Are there new clues to be discovered somewhere in the image data, I wonder? This is gonna be bad. I don't even remember this junk movie. you gotta try to search. Alright, there's 4 areas. You gotta search for. Oh, you can press Y to zoom in. Oh, that's him. That's him. Yeah.
What?
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Let me see. Eek!
What is it? What's the matter? Show me!
Mr. Edgeworth, the court asks that you share your findings.
Zoom in on the top right part of the image and look closely.
There's a person there. It's... the president?
Oh my!
What? You're kidding, right? Well, I'd say that's pretty decisive, wouldn't you?
This doesn't look good for Sean at all.
Wait! This doesn't prove anything! I didn't know he was there! I don't believe you, and the image does in fact prove something very important. Like you and the president were here at the scene of the crime together! Admit it, kid! You murdered President Wang!
No, that's ridiculous. Why would he? Sean, you didn't. You can't have. Can you? What do we do, Mr. Edgeworth? It's hard to push back against footage like that.
Surely even you can't deny that this looks pretty bad for the kid, Mr. Prosecutor. Ugh. He claimed he knew nothing about what happened. But the president is right there with him! Sean, what are you not telling us? We have to know!
He's right, Sean. Be honest now. It's the only way.
The truth is, it was all my fault!
Sean, what did you do?
It was my fault the Toasoa's head fell off of the trailer!
Yeah.
What happened while I was rehearsing?
I went up on the roof of the trailer to prep the kit I was using, and I turned on the heater while I was there. I must have left it burning when I came back down to run my lines. Then my mom called and I left the set to go talk to her. When I came back after the call, the Toasoa's head had fallen from the roof and the president was just there lying next to it.
No.
We did find evidence of a fire having broken out up on the roof.
It was just a tiny one, so I put it out myself.
So we're saying the president died because of Sean?
If he did, that would make this whole thing just an accident.
What did you do with the head after you found it on the ground?
I took it apart, carried the pieces up to the roof, and put it back together again. You're saying you put out the fire and moved the head back to where it fell from? In other words, you tried to cover your tracks! You're a real piece of work, kid! It's not like I did any of this on purpose! I really did just forget to turn the heater off!
Yes, and when the fire had burned through the legs, the table would have collapsed, and the head would have fallen down onto the ground below. Oh, wait.
Does cake sound like would have fallen down into the ground below. You're right. The fire caused the head to fall.
Indeed, and I also happen to have an idea about how the fire may have started. Those cans of paint thinner by the heater are pretty flammable. Not a great place to keep them.
And you promise it was just an accident? Seems a little convenient. What's the president even doing in the first place?
Doing here.
How am I supposed to know? I didn't see anybody, I promise! I still don't believe you! Why would President Wang come to a place like this in the middle of the night?
His reasons for coming here are something of a mystery is true. He met Judge Gavelle up on the roof 2 nights ago. But he was also here on the movie set last night. Did he come to meet Sean? I think we'll need to go over the boy's statement very carefully indeed. Can we do that on the next one? Yeah. You want to keep going?
Well, anyway.
Nah, we can keep going. I don't care.
No, how long ago?
There's still a lot left, but we can keep going. There's an area where we could stop, but it's probably going to take longer.
Well, we could go ahead and stop. That's fine. That's fine. I appreciate you all for watching. Yeah, we'll finish all of this. This is a long case. Is this the last case of this?
Yeah, it's the last case.
Of the not of the series, right?
Not the series. You got
okay.
Spirit of Justice, and if you want, we can play the spin-off, The Great Ace Attorney.
Oh, okay. But yeah, appreciate you all for watching. It's getting pretty exciting, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bet you was up there meeting with that one guy,
Who?
the Celsius.
Excelsior.
He got something to do with it too. He was up there as well, so we'll see. All right, Dave. Where you going to Six Flags, Dave? Game Queen 81, thank you for chatting, Dave. Everyone else that's watching, yeah, if you're watching and you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I'd appreciate you. Go ahead and subscribe. Also, should have mind hitting that like button for me. Yeah, I got to, I'm gonna go eat. I'm so hungry. But anyway, I will talk to you all on the next one. You all take care.